Good afternoon, parents, guardians, family, friends, Dr. Ball, Mr. Dixon, Board of School Directors, and the class of 2020. On behalf of the staff of William Tennent High School, I would like to formally welcome all of you to our 2020 virtual commencement ceremony. We look forward to celebrating all of the accomplishments of our seniors throughout today's program.
Good afternoon. Please join me in standing for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Graduates, this is your day. So take a minute and let this sink in. You are actually graduating from high school. It's an amazing accomplishment that you shouldn't take lightly. Not everyone gets this opportunity. So be proud of yourselves and don't overlook all the hard work you've done for the last 4 years. Please give yourselves a round of applause. Over the years, I've had the honor to serve as the principal for several graduating cohorts here at William Tennent High School. Each of them firmly believed their class left a lasting impression far beyond that of any who came before them. They thought they had made history. And maybe in some ways they did. I don't believe any of these cohorts can be considered historic. The term historic is an adjective, defined as well-known or important in history. While everyone's graduating class is well-known and important to them, it's actually a stretch to call them important in history. Class of 2020, you will always be remembered as being important in history. Your lives have been sandwiched between the two most consequential years in the 21st century, 2001 and 2020. Frankly, it's almost as if history has chosen you. In life, every encounter we face can be viewed either as an obstacle or an opportunity. These situations vary in size and scope, from daily dealings to long-term life events. How we react to these obstacles and opportunities define who we are as people. More specifically, our outlook on life circumstances matters a lot. Former Green Bay Packers head coach Vince Lombardi captured this notion best by stating, "It's not whether you get knocked down, it's whether you get up." Therefore, I challenge all of you to view this present situation as an opportunity. In other words, how will you show your resiliency? How will you get up? Class of 2020, the opportunity you face right now is massive. You have the chance to make history in a way that none of us have ever been presented. You have the opportunity to set the bar for success within whatever our new normal will be. My question for you is, what are you going to do with it? Former British Prime Minister Winston Churchill once famously said, "History will be kind to me, for I intend to write it." Graduates, what are your intentions? More specifically, how do you plan to seize this opportunity to write history? When the world reopens, nothing will ever be the same again. How do you plan to reframe it? My sincere hope for all of you is that you see this opportunity the same way I do. Instead of dwelling on how the school year ended, let's realize that the darkest night can bring the brightest stars. In that spirit, let's celebrate how strong we really are, how resilient we can be, how much we all really matter, and most importantly, our chance to make history. Congratulations to all the graduates, congratulations to the parents and guardians, and finally, congratulations to all the teachers and everyone who helped our graduates reach today. At this time, I would like for all of us to recognize the class of 2020 with a round of applause.
During the conferral of diplomas, as the graduates' names are called, many of the members of the class of 2020 will be recognized for their overall academic distinction. Additionally, this information is also notated with an asterisk in the commencement program. In determining the level of academic distinction, all subjects are included and utilized. Grade point average determines the actual level of academic distinction. Advanced placement, dual enrollment, and honors courses carry a weighted factor in this process. Our first group to recognize are the students graduating with the distinction of cum laude. These students have earned a cumulative GPA of 3.3 or better during their time at William Tennent High School. Their names are marked by an asterisk in our program, and they received red honor cords. Our second group to recognize is our students graduating with the distinction of magna cum laude. These students earned a cumulative GPA of 3.6 or better during their time at William Tennent High School. Their names are marked by 2 asterisks in our program, and they received gold honor cords. And finally, our last group of students to recognize are those graduating with the distinction of summa cum laude. These students achieved the honor by earning a cumulative GPA of 4.0 or better during their time at William Tennent High School. Their names are marked by 3 asterisks in our program, and they received red, black, and gold honor cords. Congratulations to those on your academic achievement.
The class of 2020's achievement and excellence has been demonstrated through the recognition and awarding of scholarship opportunities. During Senior Awards Night, 86 students were recipients of a total of 200 scholarships and awards. The scholarships, totaling over $182,000, will help our students as they either join the workforce or continue to pursue post-secondary educational opportunities. Furthermore, at the Middle Bucks Institute of Technology, 17 students were recognized for their achievement in the industrial arts. Finally, 68 of our students going on to college reported that they have received almost $2.8 million in university or college scholarships. Congratulations to all of those who are recognized, and we wish you the best of luck going forward.
On behalf of the William Tennent High School Athletic Department, congratulations on your individual and team accomplishments for the 2019-2020 school year. Today's graduation is all about how great you make William Tennent. Be sure to use the life lessons that you've learned in the classroom, on the field, court, pool, and track to mold you into successful young men and young women. Extracurricular activities enable students to learn valuable life lessons such as teamwork, time management, dedication, leadership, and sportsmanship. Continue to represent the William Tennent community with great character and ideals. Thank your parents, coaches, and teachers for their countless hours of work behind the scenes, especially this year. For those enlisting in the military, good luck, be safe, and thank you so very much for your service. If you're heading out to college or into the workforce, do me one favor. Hold yourself to a higher standard and be proud to be a William Tennent Panther. Congratulations.
When I envisioned myself giving a graduation speech, I never thought that it would be in an empty auditorium, but here we are. As soon as December 31st turned into January 1st, my Instagram feed was flooded with New Year's posts. The recurring caption, 2020 vision. Clearly, we didn't see what was in store for us. 2020, a number used to describe perfect vision. Sometimes, our perception of sight is not the reality. In January, our perfect reality was shopping for prom and preparing for the end of the year, but now, our reality is online learning and social distancing. Perhaps our vision was not as clear as we thought. And although perfect vision and clarity are similar in context, their true meanings are different. We gain clarity in some way throughout life. Our class has obviously gained more clarity through the adversity and change we have endured. The unfortunate realities of the current pandemic have forced us into a new and unusual existence, but we can embrace the obstacles it has created and turn them into opportunities. New obstacles, such as not being able to say goodbye to our teachers in the absence of a senior prom or a traditional graduation, have given us a chance to reflect and create positive alternatives from a negative situation. Some alternatives may prove to be successful, others not so much. But we will persevere because that is who we are. Let us reflect back on our time in Centennial School District, to the days before yellow support beams decorated our hallways and COVID-19 was talked about at lunch. We may recall meeting our kindergarten teacher for the very first time and feeling the joy of a new beginning and the trepidation of experiencing something foreign or unusual. In the end, we all became accustomed to it and learned from a very young age how to cope in this unusual and new setting that adults call school. We were frightened but excited at the same time. We can also recall events such as field day, 8th grade graduation, and class trips that are embedded in our memories and unite us as a class. More recently, we recall small moments of joy, such as fist bumping Mr. T in the cafeteria, getting a good grade on a math test, or seeing friends in class. Or maybe we recall even greater moments, such as Applebee's after Friday night football games, hanging out with our friends at homecoming, participating in Black and White Night, and winning Powder Puff for the second year in a row. It is clear we have many amazing memories and much to be thankful for. Not only do we have the ability to see the past, but we can make our present better and envision a more promising future. Today we are advised to wear masks to protect ourselves and others. And for the time these masks are a part of our lives, we can learn to embrace them and make them our own, or ignore the reality and leave our masks off. We should most certainly choose the former. These masks are temporary and do not impair our sight. Wearing a mask during this time cannot blind us to the benefits they will bring, a return to normal life and the opportunity to pursue our endeavors. Helen Keller so eloquently stated, "The only thing worse than being blind is having sight but no vision." So let us have a vision for the future, because life may not be perfect, but we are strong and know how to adapt and how to succeed. We need to focus on our goals and believe in our abilities, because every one of us has a unique gift to contribute to society. We must embrace the opportunities that have enriched our lives and seek a hopeful future. So let us continue to move forward with a new vision that will bring clarity and a different perspective. We are the class of 2020, the class of perfect vision. So let's put on those visionary glasses and discard those blinders. The next time you step outside, take a clear look at the world. Allow your gaze to venture far beyond the streets and buildings, but to the unexplored. With a vision from the past, take what we have learned and search for the opportunity and success in the unknown. Let's celebrate our tenacity and perseverance together this afternoon, and for that matter, the rest of our lives. We should take pride in all that we have accomplished and look forward to all we will achieve in the future. Congratulations, class of 2020.
As we all know, the arts play an important role in the Centennial School District. Next, we have the pleasure of listening to a small but excellent example of the talent that comes from the class of 2020. Last night, we held our 11th annual Night of Reflections. It has become tradition to take a piece from that night and bring those talents as part of our celebration today. Please enjoy as our seniors perform In My Life by the Beatles.
Some First off, on behalf of the Centennial School Board, congratulations to the William Tennent High School Class of 2020. And secondly, a special message to all of the moms, dads, grandparents, aunts, uncles, and caregivers who saw all of these fine young people through from their first day of school to today, their last. Congratulations, you did it. I would also like to take a moment to acknowledge and thank both Dr. David Baugh, our superintendent, and Dr. Jennifer Polinchak, our assistant superintendent, in particular on this occasion, as they are both moving on and will be celebrating their last graduation with us here in Centennial. And now to the matter at hand. Of course, on behalf of the Centennial School Board, I must acknowledge the difficult circumstances in which we find ourselves. The entire Centennial team, from the board to the superintendent and the assistant superintendent, and all of our upper administration, your principal, Dennis Best, your assistant principals, your teachers, and all of the support staff, has done everything in its power to put together the best possible graduation for all of you, given our current limitations. They deserve all the accolades they have received and more for their diligence, patience, and dedication to providing the most normal final quarter of the academic year and best possible virtual graduation ceremony that they could during this current public health crisis. Having said that, we know we can only do so much in the face of a global catastrophe, and all the work that has been put in to make the best we could of this day is only the smallest portion of what the class of 2020 deserves, not only in recognition of all the hard work every single one of you put in for 12 years to get to this day, but for all the disappointments you've had to endure and all the moments you have already had to forego during these last difficult months. We are doing the best we can, but we all know that no matter what we do, we can never do, under these constraints, true justice to the unique accomplishments of this class of graduating seniors. And for that, we are profoundly regretful. So how, in these circumstances, can we turn away from such somber cataloging of things and experiences and people lost, and to the purpose of this day, which is certainly meant to be a day for the joy of celebrating a great accomplishment and looking toward the future with hope? I would start with this. It seems to me that for all the many drawbacks and difficulties quarantining has brought to our lives, it does, on this day at least, provide an apt metaphor. For you as a class have been, as all graduating classes are in a sense, quarantined from the world at large for these last 12 years. While business and time have marched along with their usual energy and disregard for taking a moment to take it all in, you have spent the last 12 years isolated, in a way, from that world. But just as with all the many people, your family members and yourselves included, who have found ways to make this time of quarantining productive, you have not wasted the time you have spent the last 12 years. Your virtual presence here with us today is evidence enough of that. No, you, like many classes before you and many yet to come, have spent your time away from the world at large, changing and learning and gaining the strength and the knowledge and the skills needed to become a part of it. Your varied accomplishments and plans demonstrate this plainly. Some of you are headed off to the top colleges and universities in the land this fall, and some of you are headed toward the starts of great careers in the military and in the workforce that will lead to opportunities and successes for you and will do honor to your families. Just as our literal quarantine was recently lifted, today, like a population once quarantined, you are unleashed to the world, and you have done the work necessary to take that world by storm. You will bring to it, as classes before you and after you have brought to it, and will bring to it, fresh faces, new enthusiasm, innovative ideas, and an eagerness to work for and strive for the very best. But I expect that the class of 2020 will bring something now to the world that no other class in my lifetime has or could have brought. After so much hardship these last 3 months, I expect in all of you an unrivaled sense of determination, resolve, and good old-fashioned American ingenuity for how to get the job done, no matter the obstacle. No class in living memory has had to endure what you have endured. It stands to reason, then, that your class will bring a unique and remarkable energy to the world it confronts and conquers. Through circumstances beyond the control of anyone sitting or listening to this today, or who worked to make today happen, the ending of your high school days was muddled and anticlimactic in many ways. But I know the beginning of the real journey of the class of 2020, the one that does not end today, but that begins, will be a brilliant, shining beacon of hope to all of us in the Centennial School District. We need hope right now in America more than at any time in a long time. The future is hope. And today, class of 2020, you officially become our future, and therefore our hope. And I know we could not be in a better set of hands than yours. And for that, I and the entire Centennial School Board are profoundly grateful. Thank you all, and best of luck and congratulations to you, William Tennent High School and Centennial School District Class of 2020.
Greetings to the Class of 2020, families, Board of Directors, and indeed the entire Centennial community. I can assure you that on behalf of the Board of School Directors, the administration, and indeed the entire district, we are deeply sorry that this is how your graduation is occurring. We believe that you deserve more. Yet at the same time, we are deeply pleased that for the most part, our community is healthy. Yours is the first graduation that has occurred this way, and you, like myself, will never forget the graduation of the class of 2020. There are indeed mixed feelings about what is occurring right now. There's no sense in denying that. And to believe that we are in anything but a global pandemic crisis with huge repercussions that include health, including social and emotional health, economic, community, and educational impacts and repercussions is simply not true. To that end, I think it important to recognize the fortitude, the grit, the determination, and above all else, the poise of the class of 2020. You have been hit through absolutely no fault of any human being with an unprecedented and unforeseen senior year sent to crash by a tiny little virus that we still don't fully understand. And for that, I wish things were very different. But yet, I believe there is good to come of this for you, the graduates of 2020. I want to tell you a brief story about one of my role models. Admiral James Sandecker was a decorated pilot and the highest-ranking U.S. officer captured during the lengthy and brutal Vietnam War. Admiral Sandecker spent over 7 years in one of the worst prison camps in the history of modern warfare. During that time, he spent months on end in isolation. He was tortured repeatedly, denied access to letters from his wife and family, and denied access to basics like adequate food and medicine. At one time, his captors were going to make a propaganda video about how well the prisoners were being treated, and rather than be featured in that video, he inflicted significant physical damage on his own face. He did not make that video. In the face of incredible odds, he never gave up hope or faith that not only would he survive the lengthy ordeal he was experiencing, but that he would prevail and turn it into the defining moment of his life. He did this by adhering to the following belief: you must never confuse faith that you will prevail in the end with the discipline to confront the most brutal facts of your current reality. When asked who didn't survive the camp, his reply, it was simple. The optimists. They kept thinking they would be out by Christmas, and Christmas would come and go, and their hearts would break, and they would die. Ultimately, Admiral Sandecker realized he had no idea of when or how he would get out of prison. What he did do was make the most of his time there. While he was the official leader of the prisoners because of his high rank, he became the unofficial leader because he did the right things day after day after day, never giving up on the belief that he would ultimately prevail. And ultimately, he did prevail. He went on to write a book with his wife called In Love and War, a story of his time in the prisoner of war camp and her challenging work to get him released. I share this with the class of 2020 because I believe that you are bringing a similar grit and determination to your reality. For you, the graduating class of 2020, the piece of advice I have is that you know where you are and never, ever give up the belief in the fact that you will ultimately prevail. You are loved by your families, your teachers, and your community. You will prevail. But, and this is a big but, you must acknowledge where you are, and where you are is in the new normal, which sounds really cool, except no one from the White House on down really knows what that means at this time. But you, like Admiral Sandecker, can take charge of that by realistically, even brutally, acknowledging where you are, what your resources, including a great high school education and a caring community, are, and that you will figure it out, one day at a time. Ultimately, you will need to keep working hard. You're just getting started. Be well, especially now, and be kind. It's the right thing to do. Good luck, class of 2020.
Good afternoon. I'm grateful to be here today to celebrate our William Tennent seniors. We will now have the conferral of diplomas. Obviously, this is the moment we've all been waiting for. During the conferral of diplomas, each student's name will be read aloud, and a personalized slide for each student will be shown in the video. This is a special moment for all of our graduates, and we're excited to soon welcome them as new graduates and alumni of William Tennent High School.
Elizabeth Abel, Angelina Abuladze, Carly Lynn Adkins, Miguel Alameda Dominguez, Julia Davida Alanis, Jessica Lorena Alashush, Ryan Ashley Albuck, Ymir Sylvester Allen, Noor Al-Rifai, Alexis Alcevedo, Christian Angelo Amati, Kylie Ann Ambacher, Erica Christine Anderson, Logan Bernard Annis, Joseph Nicholas Aquino, Bridget Juliana Armstrong, William Arriga Murillo, Israel O'Tonnell Varela, Darren D. Ayan, Christian B. Baker, Lucas Joseph Banks, Daisy Yaslin Barahona, Cole Richard Henry Batesel, Matthew Thomas Bayer, Mark Belanovsky, Sabrina Valentina Balai, Kevin Dalton Bergen. Connor Matthew Berndelmeyer. Sean Michael Berndelmeyer. Joshua Edward Bedrisky. Christina Beatree. Shannon Marie Bollendorf. Brianna Mercedes Bowen. Michael Patrick Boyle. Daniel Liam Bragan. Angelica Ann Breslin. Tyla Milan Bridges. Paul Joseph Bricardi. Catherine Maureen Brock. Audrey Alexandra Brown. Gianna Marie Brunel. Charisma Kayla Janice Bryce. Dominique Eve Bryson. Angela Ty Bowie. Ann Q. Bowie. Alex Ryan Camp. Natalia Cancel. Gina Marie Capaldi. Jacqueline Celeste Corelli. Neldy Carolina Castillo Peña. Sarah Beth Catelli. Kaylin Sean Kavanaugh. Juliana Cave. Matthew Paul Colley. Hakima Rafia Cesar. Taya Chanda. Courtney Marie Chapman. Stephen Chen. Dominic Patrick Shalat. Matthew Dylan Christophas. Brendan Matthew Siborowski. Kiara Marie Ciccone. Crystal Lynn Chirillo. April Elizabeth Clark. Emily Nicole Clark. Nathaniel Francis Klee. Samantha Coates. Graciela Maria Cohen. Rylan Cohen. Jared Curtis Cole. Sarah Colfer. Dolores Collier. Zachary Paul Cooter. Emily Costello. Matthew Paul Cavone. Stephen Philip Cavone. Jake Cremonese. Luke Cremonese. Olivia Cremonese. Javon Michael Croxton. Angie Paola Cruz Mejia. Michael Anthony Cullen. Cassandra Ann Curran. Erica Ann Daubert. Kira Renee Daubert. Nicholas Manuel de Jesus. Sophia Rosa Denica. Sophia Grace Denofa. Aiden Michael Devine. Tyler Anthony DeWald. Joseph Soya Dioun. Stephen D. DiGiacomo. Elizabeth Lena DiPrinzio. Ava Catherine Doran. Ashley Nayla Ducci. Joshua Ross Dupre. Kate Jillian Durkin. Mackenzie Morgan Earl. Igor Efremov. Macy Elliott. Erin Marie Ellis. Yusuf El Sayed. Domingo Enchautegui. Thomas Joseph England. Moises Mariano Escogido Garza. Giovanni Espinal Castellan. Jocelyn Savannah Estrada. Roger Jr. Estraplay. Aubrey Kelly Evans. Maxine Ruth Farrell. Faith Renee Fallons. Chianti Farmer. Kayla Mary Felix Martinez. Victoria Rose Furrow. Andrew M. Figueroa. Henry Omar Figueroa Yanes. Jacqueline Ann Flagler. Olivia Jolie Nobis Flynn. Evlad Fonda. Andrew William Four. Gianna Alexis Foster. Trevor Earnhardt Foy. Samantha Rose Fury. Anastasia Alexandra Furmanetz. Cameron C. Fusco. Joseph James Gallagher. Lucas Antonio Gampa. Ava J. Garner. Dominic Thomas Garzoni. Haley Gaskill. Kaylee Lynn Gazio. Francesco William Jacka. Elena Goins. Lucas Henry Goldberg. Kevin James Golden. Abby Taylor Goldsman. Nancy Maria Gomez. Jacob Luis Gonzalez. Joshua Angel Gonzalez. Luis Daniel Gonzalez. Ishak Guba. Mia Simoen Gronick. David Edward Gray. Jaden Christopher Grease. Tyler Joseph Grimm. Joseph Gwynn. Christian Dylan Hafer. Ryan Lee Hall. Brett Francis Hansons. Colin Robert Harris. Erin Nicole Hart. Thomas Hardenstein. Riley Hastings. Sean Lauren House. Shannon Rose Hebling. Venetia Lee Heggs.
Michael Patrick Hennelly.
Eric Charles Herman. Connor G. Hewitt. Daniel E. Higgins.
Casey Hill.
Madison Annie Hill. Christopher Andrew Himes. Colin Michael Hires.
Alicia Lindsay Hofferman.
Kristen Marie Helzel. Andrew John Hoffman. Michael A. Hollinsworth. Kevin Joseph Holju. Nicholas Thomas Howe. Lucinda Joka Hoja. Ryan David Huck. Zachary Hunter. Yeva Hernia. Sarah M. Ingham. Lily Elizabeth Jakonski. Taryn Isabella Jennings. Josiah Cameron Johnson. Alexis P. Jones. Kevin Thomas Jones. Valerie Kelchenko. Brendan Kane. Courtney Alyssa Kaufman. Melanie Grace Kelly. Lindsay Lee Kinsky. Sarah Alexandra Kirsch. Andrew Allen Klein. Alexander Klingenberg. Ivan Koschik. Cole Matthew Kozlowski. Paul Kushnierski. Trevor James Lacoste. Scott Brian Lafferty. Ashley Jordan LaGreca. Elizabeth Grace Layer.
Sabrina Kathleen Lenahan.
Christian Liebeg. Justin William Linwood. Bryce W. Lockett. Nina Lombardi. Carly Elizabeth Lopez. Jenna Lauren Lowenthal. Robert Louis Lucot. Samuel Luna Fuentes. Rachel Elizabeth Lyons. Nicholas Stephen McGuire. Matthew Mayer. Carly Ann Maloney. Sean Leo Maloney. Haley Taylor Mangan. Antonio Jacob Marengo. Alicia Marie Marrero. Grace Elizabeth Marsland. Brendan James Martin. Ethan Thomas Martinez.
Colby Sebastian Mays. Madison Ann McCandless.
Deja McCulley Newman. Kira Kathleen McFeely. Colin Michael McGlinchey. Molly Shannon McGorry. Joseph Michael McHugh. Mason Scott McKeever.
Samantha Maria McEwen.
Dominic James Medbury. Eli James Mednick.
Madison Taylor Meister. Hannah E. Michael.
Jared Carl Lewis Miller. Olivia Nicole Miller. Paul Edward Miller. Joseph Allen Minnick.
Carla Arely Miranda.
Justin Luis Mojica.
Caitlin Marie Mocross.
Charles J. Molzan.
Matthew Monahan.
Hiram Montgomery. Justin S. Moore. Kwame Truth Moore. Kaylee Andromeda Morales. Riley Brenna Morgan. Danielle Rose Moss.
Stephen Daniel Maurer.
Zacchaeus Stefan Christop Nand. Asa Devine Newman. Taylor Alexis Nurko. Oksana Andreevna Obozna. Cullen Patrick O'Connell.
Camille Odilhujayev. Frank Anthony Orzachowski. Laura Michelle Orzachowski.
Allison Deborah O'Toole. Thomas Joseph O'Toole. Jack Ovington.
Leanna Marie Pagan.
Thomas Philip Paida. Nicholas Anthony Paley. Natalia Panchik. Soham Panchal. Jessica Marie Paris. Christian Pera. Anjali N. Patel. Janaki Harshad Patel. Meet Patel. Jared Michael Peglow. Valerie Pendrick. Arnold Rafael Peralta Mendez. Taina Perez. Jaden R. Perkins.
Brogan Dennis Pirro. Austin Vincent Peronesi. Cameron Lee Phillips.
Joseph David Pieri. Nicholas Andrew Petrangelo. Sean Thomas Pokert. Joseph Henry Perron. Nolan Jean Pope. Zenaida Portillo Maldonado. Carly Jean Pritchett. Sarah Nicole Pritchett. Aiden Christopher Pritz. Daniela Marie Propado. Ethan Przykowicz. Brian Ramirez. Brian Razo Columna. Caroline Reed. Annie Katrina Reed. Austin Robert Reed.
Hannah Elizabeth Riemel.
Matthew Joseph Rathmeyer.
Eric Dean Rico.
Janessa Marie Rich. Carly Leanne Rivera. Marissa Elizabeth Roberto. Mackenzie Renee Robertson. Jacob Damian Robison. Jason Edward Roger.
Jasenia Denise Rodriguez.
Stephanie Rojas. Grant Michael Rakuski. Joseph C. Roller.
Rufino Mateo Rosales Hernandez.
William T. Rose. Michael Anthony Rosenbaum. Madison Jacqueline Rudisil. Kristen Patricia Russ. Michael Russell. Julie Rihanna Ryan. Chelsea Farida Sabarianto. Adriana Lexis Sabo. Caesar E. Salamanca. Laura Danielle Sanderlin. Khadija Yaye Sonogo. Thomas K. Santiago. Jeremy Hunter Sauerbaum. Michael Conroy Soller. Matteo Dimitri Scalfaro. Evan Charles Scally. Gianna Marie Scarcelli. Jamie Schluth. Danielle Gale Scott.
Derady Aridai Serrano.
Ariana Rose Schaefer. Wayne Martin Schaefer. Ian Jung Sharp. Dante William Sharp. Shazora Shodikulova.
Christina Senkowitz.
Michael Sinkovich. Matthew Stephen Silenzi. Joseph Thomas Simone. Nicholas Similia. Stephen Anthony Skiba. Thomas M. Smith.
Julie Smushkevich.
Kelly Rose Spellman. Emily Grace Spornick. Rocco Springer. Francis Stackhouse. Kevin T. Starnes. Elisa Blair Steinhardt. Belvin Sterlin. Danny Noel Stewart. Gavin Stewart. Nicholas Sturgis. Madison Rose Swallow. Jose Tapia.
Guadalupe Tapia Becerra.
Shannon Elizabeth Toma. Jamie Torjman. Amy Lauren Townsend. Angelina Elizabeth Tremarco. Sophia Trotzi. William A. Trudeau. Anna Suryashvili. Noah Temelty. Zachary Verano. Brandon Christopher Vinar. Diana Velosevich. Rebecca Josephine Voles. Daniel Voskaboynik. Andrew Wadsworth. Jonathan Wadsworth. Kelsey Amber Walls. Richard Joseph Walsh. Christopher Walters. David M. Ward. Samantha Nicole Watson. Taylor Marie Weedman. Connor J. Welsh. Griffin Banning Whalen. Ashley Lene Wheeler. Jordan Dante Wheeler. Nicholas Ryan Wiley. Ryan Robert Wilkowski. Alexandra Morgan Willower. Catherine Wilson. Sarah Gabrielle Weiser. Elise Wood. Kaylee Elizabeth Wood. Vanessa Yanes. Adam Hussein Yassin. Ryan Yassin. Toshnan Ashley Young.
David Youngling.
Nadia Yuskevich.
Jake Austin Zakreski.
Horman Francisco Samudio. Alexandra Sachenko.
Dalton Zeman.
Ina Zurbich. Anna Marie Zimmer. Claire Zoftis. Sean Thomas Zolk. Kaylin Reyna Zoltak.
Under the authority granted to me by the Board of School Directors of the Centennial School District, I certify to you that the students before you have met all the requirements for graduation as set forth by the Centennial School District and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. This officially confirms their graduation from William Tennent High School as the class of 2020. Well done.
I know this wasn't the graduation we had in mind, but there's so much to celebrate. We have a story like no other, and no one's going to forget the class of 2020. And there's one more thing we have to do. It's finally time to move our tassels to the left. Congratulations, class of 2020. We did it!
Thank you for joining us today. Although we are separated, we are still family, and that doesn't change. Good luck, class of 2020.